Picard to engineering. Mr. Forge, what's going on? We've lost primary helm control on the bridge.
I don't understand it. The impulse system suddenly cut out and the warp drive just kicked in.
Jordy, can you take the engines offline?
I'm working on it.
Mr. Data, what's our heading?
Bearing 187 Mark IV, sir. I'm unable to determine our destination. However, we are moving away from the Macordus sector.
Captain, the computer's locked out all the propulsion controls. I can't access any of the overrides. If you want us to stop, I'll have to do an emergency core shutdown.
That would leave us without warp power for more than a week. Begin the procedure, Mr. LaForge.
We are no longer at warp, sir. Impulse power has resumed. All systems show normal.
Where are we?
We are approximately 30 billion kilometers from our original position.
Well done, Mr. LaForge.
It wasn't me. I didn't have time to complete the shutdown procedure.
Well, I want an explanation, Mr. LaForge. Picard out. Have you found anything yet?
Only that we seem to have more than one mystery here. We still don't know why the ship jumped into warp, but it looks like we're lucky that it did. There was a theta flux distortion building up around the ship.
Why didn't our sensors alert us?
Well, our sensors were never designed to detect theta flux distortions, and yet there is a record of the distortion in our sensor log. That's the other mystery.
One fact is clear, however. The distortion was growing in strength. If we had remained at our original position 1.7 seconds longer, the distortion would have ruptured our warp core.
If the Enterprise hadn't jumped into warp when it did, we would have been blown to pieces. The engines to suddenly jump into warp.
Perhaps the engines were activated by a random power fluctuation.
Which occurred just in time to save the ship?
It is improbable, but it is possible.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to start believing in luck.
There is another possibility.
Yeah, what's that?
The sensors apparently detected a dangerous anomaly that threatened the Enterprise. It is possible that they triggered a safety device that caused the ship to avoid destruction.
Yeah, but there's no direct link between the warp engines and the sensors. Whoa, what is that? It looks like some kind of new circuit node. And it's connected to at least half a dozen points on the sensor array.
It appears to be connected to several other systems as well, including the warp control circuits.
I guess there's a connection between the warp engines and the sensors after all. Force field. Where did that come from?
I am not certain. Perhaps it came from the node itself.
Well, wherever it came from, it sure doesn't want us messing with this node.
It appears to be protecting itself.
We found these nodes in several systems around the ship. At some level or another, they're all connected.
These nodes were linking the sensors to our warp control and defensive systems. We believe this is why the ship jumped to warp.
When the sensors detected danger, the defensive system reacted to the threat and activated the warp engines to protect us.
Where did the nodes come from?
It is possible the magnetoscopic storm we recently encountered had an unexpected effect on the ship's systems.
Wherever they come from, they seem to be multiplying.
As they increase, it will become progressively more difficult to control the ship.
What do you propose we do?
Well, getting rid of them isn't going to be so easy. When we attempted to examine the circuitry of one of the nodes, it generated a force field to keep us out.
Well, whatever's going on, our first priority is getting back control of the ship.
Agreed. All of the nodal connections intersect in holodeck 3. It appears to be a focal point of some kind.
We might be able to find a way to use the holodeck circuitry to disable the nodes permanently.
All right, let's do it.
Commander, The holodeck appears to be in operation.
I thought you shut down the entire system.
I did, but it has reactivated itself, and it will not disengage.
Which program is running?
Several different programs are running simultaneously.
This should be interesting. You weren't kidding, Mr. Data.
No, sir. I estimate that this scene consists of portions of 7 distinct holodeck programs.
See if you can access the circuits that have been affected by the nodes.
Tickets? Tickets, please. Please have your tickets ready. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Tickets, please.
You know, I never even been away from home. Now I'm going all the way to Burkholm City.
Very nice, sir. Enjoy your trip. Tickets, please. Tickets? Thank you, sir. Tickets, please. Tickets, please.
Commander,
Tickets?
I've located a large concentration of nodes behind this wall. They appear to be connected directly to the holodeck's main power coupling.
All right, go ahead and depolarize the entire power grid.
Power grid is located beneath this deck, sir.
Get away from there. Would you gentlemen care to show me your tickets?
I believe we left our tickets in our compartments. Mr. Worf, I told you to bring the tickets.
I forgot. I don't think you folks belong on this train.
Hold it! You leave these people alone. They're only trying to help.
Go back to the engine. This doesn't concern you.
They're all trying to hijack the train. Hey, if you're the engineer, who's doing the driving?
I am. Easy, sir, easy. I got you.
I'm all right. Thanks. It's like the navigational relay is overloaded.
Geordie, what's going on? We just went into warp.
We've lost engine and helm control again, Captain. But this time, they're completely burned out. I don't know if we can stop the ship.
I believe we've changed direction.
Now we're on the right track. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on our way.
I was right. Just trying to make off with my brick.
Take good care of that. Can't afford to lose it. Now, are you people going to leave? Or do we have to throw you off the train?
Commander, According to my tricorder, the holodeck safeties have been disengaged. His weapon could be lethal.
All right, let's get out of here.
The number of systems now being affected by the nodes has increased considerably. Sensors, engines, replicators, propulsion, they're all working together now, almost independently of the main computer. And the nodes link them all through the holodeck.
But why the holodeck? It doesn't make any sense.
Commander, I believe what happens on the holodeck has direct effect on the ship. When we attempted to destroy the nodes, the characters on the train responded almost immediately to stop us.
And when the engineer tried to protect us, one of the other characters shot him.
Then the conductor signaled for the train to change direction. And at approximately the same time,
The Enterprise also took off in a new direction.
Are you saying the ship is under the control of the holodeck?
not precisely. Geordi, does the configuration of connection nodes look familiar to you?
Yeah, it looks a little like the structure of your positronic brain.
That is correct. It would appear that the nodes are in the process of creating a rudimentary neural net.
Data. What are you suggesting?
Unlikely as it may sound, I believe the Enterprise may be forming an intelligence. This is a synaptic map of the human neocortex. This is a cross-section of my positronic net. And this is a schematic of the connection nodes linking the ship's systems. I believe some sort of neural matrix is forming on the ship. It is still relatively primitive, but it is an intelligence nonetheless.
How could that happen?
I believe it is an emergent property.
Explain.
Complex systems can sometimes behave in ways that are entirely unpredictable. The human brain, for example, might be described in terms of cellular functions and neurochemical interactions. But that description does not explain human consciousness, a capacity that far exceeds simple neural functions. Consciousness is an emergent property.
In other words, something that's more than just the sum of its parts.
Exactly.
How does that explain what's happening to the Enterprise?
The Enterprise contains a vast database of information which is managed by a sophisticated computer. This complex system gives the ship many of the characteristics of a biological organism.
It's true. It sees with its sensors and it talks with its communication systems.
In a sense, it almost reproduces with the replicators.
And you think that the ship has somehow gone beyond these functions? It's developing a new capacity?
Yes, sir. I believe a self-determining intelligence is emerging.
If that is so, what does the ship want? Where is it taking us?
I believe the key to understanding the ship's behavior lies in the holodeck. All of the connection nodes intersect at that location. It is clearly some kind of processing center.
Processing center?
Yes, sir. A focal point where all the ideas and instincts of this emerging intelligence are first expressed in some form.
Almost like an imagination. Captain, I'd like to go to the holodeck. I could interact with the characters and maybe find some clues to help us understand what's happening.
Very well. Mr. Data, Mr. Worf, I want you to go along. See if you can re-establish control of the ship without damaging the nodes. If the ship is truly an emerging intelligence, then we have a responsibility to treat it with the same respect as any other being.
Welcome aboard, Counselor.
If you will distract these people, I will attempt to depolarize the power grid.
Excuse me. Have you finished the puzzle yet?
Not yet, but we're getting close.
Do you recognize it?
No.
like to help. Tell me, what exactly are you making?
Well, what do you think we're making? A puzzle.
No, I meant the picture. What is it?
Well, I don't know.
Can you deal me in?
Sorry. It's a two-man game. Hey, put your hand off of that.
Is that why you killed the engineer? To get this brick?
I had to get it back. You know what it's worth, lady? Plenty. And I gotta get it to Keystone City.
Why? What's Keystone City?
It's where everything begins. Jim.
Are you succeeding, Commander?
I'm ready to access the main power grid.
Keystone City, next stop. Keystone City.
Well, look who's back. We do not want any trouble. We are simply passengers.
Well, then I'm sure you wouldn't mind showing me your tickets. Right. Sorry, boys. You're getting off right here.
This is my stop.
Wait, what happens at Keystone City? Why are you taking the brick there?
Excuse me.
I think we should follow that man. That brick might be an important clue. Where did he go?
I can access the power grid here. I will attempt to depolarize the grid by using a low-frequency inversion field. It may disengage the nodes without destroying them.
There he is. I'm going after him. What are you doing here?
Laying the foundation. Now, if you will excuse me, I got a train to catch.
I don't understand it, Captain. All of a sudden, Cargo Bay 5 started to depressurize.
Did everyone get out in time?
Yes, sir, and I've reestablished the containment field, but I'm reading massive power surges in the cargo bay and all sorts of transporter activity. Something weird is happening there, Captain.
I want you to send a team down there immediately. Find out what's going on.
Aye, sir. forged a bridge.
Picard here, what's going on?
I wish I could tell you.
That man said he was laying a foundation.
Foundation for what?
Troy to Data.
Data here.
How are you doing?
I encountered a minor difficulty, Counselor, but it has been dealt with. I am ready to depolarize the power grid.
Looks like the ship's replicator and transporter systems have been merged somehow to create this. Question is, what is it? Ensign, I want you to run a full spectral analysis on this. I'm reading massive power fluctuations. The ship is losing its structural integrity.
What's happening?
It's an earthquake.
The forge to Data. Stop what you're doing.
Acknowledged.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Data, I think we ought to get together and compare notes.
Agreed.
The ship was protecting itself again, stopping us from interfering. Whatever it's doing, it intends to continue.
I'm betting that all this has something to do with that object that's forming in the cargo bay.
I think he's right, Captain. Look at the common themes playing out on the holodeck. A puzzle being put together, a foundation being laid, a paper doll being fashioned. They're all images of something being constructed.
And some kind of object in the cargo bay that's being constructed at a